once we're into the table here, now we have the different options on what to set up. And this is where database management can be confusing if you don't learn some of the terminology. This area here, the name, this is going to represent each category of what we're trying to store. So that's the ID we're going to use to refer to it. The type, let's look at all the different types. Integer, as you know from programming, means a whole number. Varchar is a variety of characters. Text is a full block of text. Date is a date. And then we have a lot of different other options as far as numbers go, like a tiny int, small int, medium int, big int. The variety is in how much it actually stores. Decimal, float, double, and real are all numbers that have decimal places in it. Bit is a very small number, which is a 2-bit, so it's either 0 or 1. Boolean is a true or false statement, and I'm not 100% sure on serial. Then we have date and time, which would store it in a couple different ways. Strings are literal characters of string. A character is only one. Varchar is a variety of characters, as we said. And then there's also spatial ones, which include a lot of different geometric definitions. For our purposes, we're only going to use int varchar, which is a variable length from anywhere from 0 to 65,535 string, and then could change that. Even has definitions right over it. Text is a little bit smaller than varchar. Date has to be in that format, as you can see. So there's different definitions here, which is very helpful, which I didn't discover until I was doing it right now. So we're going to create 4. We're going to use varchar for this. Let's see if we have anything smaller. Character is probably just 1. Oh, character is actually 0 to 255, so that would be good for a name category. So I did lie about that earlier. And we're going to set the maximum length to 20 characters. So we have the name, we have the type. I'm going to set the maximum length to 20 characters. We're not going to set as default. We're not going to get in the coalition. We're not going to assign any attributes, and we're not going to leave it null. Null means nothing is there. Index, no, we won't use that as the index. People could have the same name. What we will use as a primary index, so it could relate to other databases, is the ID num. We'll call it ID num. We'll make it an integer that has to be 6 characters, and this here is going to be their primary index. That's how we find them in every database. Let's make it a lunch account database. So we're going to say then money. Money has a decimal place, so we're going to make it a double. And maximum of 7 characters. Not going to touch anything else. And then finally, go lunches. We'll make it an integer. We'll see how many lunches they have. And they really shouldn't have more than over 100 lunches. So that in turn, let's make sure it saves properly, which it did. So now we have a whole table here set up to store our information in.